guys? It's John from Eastern Hot Rodder, and today we're at the Lane Auto Museum. I've always wanted to be here because they got a lot of crazy cars here, so let's go in and check it out. So here we are. This is a neat old warehouse. I don't know exactly what it was, but check this out. This is, must be from where people are from. We can actually put ours in here, I guess. If we want to do it, we're right there. Pretty neat. Look at the little Corvair wagon. It's a pretty car. And what's really neat about this museum, every single car here runs and operates and can be taken out at any time. They do live demonstrations at 11 a.m. We did not know that when we came here. Look at this Citroen. It's the most Americanly patriotic, not American car that I've seen. Check that thing out. The Citroens were neat because they worked on a lot of hydraulics. See that steering wheel? That was like a breakaway design. The idea was that it would collapse and not hurt you. That's why it has a single spoke on it. This is a 1974. Top speed was 90 miles an hour. I've never seen a station wagon version of it. That's interesting. Here we got stuff hanging up, including airplanes. There's a few cars here that I've seen in other videos that made me want to come here. So we'll make sure that you guys can check that out. This is the only car that you're allowed to sit in and take a picture. They even got a selfie stand, so you would set the camera up here and climb in. We're not going to do that. Check out the headlights. It looks like you might be able to angle them from inside the car or something. They took the glass out so you can sit in there and get no reflection on the film when you take a picture. This is a 64 Citroen with the sliding roof and the simple trunk. Here's a complete Citroen frame, all restored. Look how simple. See how the bracketry and everything is like no stuffing in the seats? And check out the swing arm, how it comes out in the half shaft drives with front wheel drive and inboard disc brake. The gear shift comes back on a weird slider thing. Bizarre. Whoever built this car didn't know if they were coming or going. So the point behind this was so if you were on a small road that was blocked, it says it was for fire patrol, you could stop, get out, hop on the other side, and drive it the other way without having to jockey the car around. That's an airboat for the snow. It's an air-powered snow. It's a snowmobile with big skis on it. That's pretty wild. I wonder if they do. I'm assuming snow. Yeah, those are runners for a sleigh. There's a neat little Bugatti, the 9/16 scale. The workmanship on that is awesome. Here's one of the cars I wanted to see. This is a Tatra. It's a 1950. I heard these things were awful at higher speeds. They're from Czechoslovakia. They had 52 horsepower. They supposedly rode nice, but then you could lose control of them pretty easy. This looks completely unrestored. Check out the door handle. And this one here, here's another Tatra. I didn't know that they made more than one style. Kind of like this one better. Well, it's tight for legroom. Conventional left-hand drive. So this is 3rd series, 1938. So this was just before the World War II. I think that sums up the whole museum. Check this car plane out. It's got the wings would unfold to make it big enough or narrow enough to go down the street and then unfurl so you could fly it. There's another one with them unhinged. There's a lot of planes here, actually. Some pretty interesting things. strange import things. I like the planes. Of course, there's the Peel. The Peel is famous for being the world's smallest production car. It's a single-seater. You don't have a reverse, but you have a handle to pull it backwards. Suicide door. I think they made about 50 of those. Let's see. Yeah, actually, there it is. Number produced, approximately 50. They cost $550, and they do 25 miles an hour. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that on the street. Maybe in a yard or a parking lot. Alpine A100 or 110. Sporty looking car. Nissan powered. That's a very pretty little car. I guess it's fiberglass body, but it could be aluminum bodied. Pretty interior. Well, that's a pretty car. Let's find out what it is. 1954 Gregory Roadster. It's the only one. It uses a 1500cc Porsche, 75 horsepower. Front engine, rear wheel drive. And Ben Gregory of Kansas City, Missouri built it. He did a heck of a job. He built a Jeep Mighty Might too, which was like a miniature Jeep. That's a pretty car. It's a front engine, so it's a Porsche rear engine turned around. Another oddity. It's like it's got a shopping cart style front bumper. Looks like plain front suspension. It's a four-seater. Check that thing out. These are off. It looks like a maybe 60-ish Imperial. So that was made in the USA too. They made 5 of these. This is a 1969 Fascination, appropriately named. That's really cool. That's really cool. Check out the back. Weirdo car. This museum's awesome. It just has. It's another one of one. 2-piece slide-away doors, 1945. The cool thing about the 30s and 40s is like it was open to anybody or anything. Check out this. The arm will flip up. Look at the track length on this. You can adjust the seat. So a little kid could drive it. All these people would try building stuff that was like the next big thing kind of car built for safety or sleekness of design. Some were flops. Most were flops. The door opens like something from a spaceship. Then we got this thing. Look at that. It's a Davis Vivian Baby. They made 13 of those. US, front engine, rear wheel drive. Kind of pretty. Is it 3-wheel? Yep, it's a 3-wheel. A lot of 3-wheel cars. Check out the stands. Flywheels and camshafts. That's a neat way to do it. It's a heavy duty front end. It's like military. That's another Davis, 1948. It's sitting there. No thanks. goes up is it must be a gear driven, and then something up in there. Oh, it's electric bicycle. Footloose electric bike. A Fotomobile? It's gotta be German. Yep, German. Look at this thing. 1952 Future. It's the only one in Sweden. Not the most convenient car to get in at it. Look at all the cables. Yeah, that's not a car you'd want to get in a crash in, that's for sure. It's a pretty little car. Looks like it's made it like covered in, yeah, it is. It's covered in leather. Another German car, 1928 DKW Type P. It's like luggage. Now, how cool is that? See how the pistons go up and down. Crankshaft, transfer power, and the flywheel through the transmission. And the differential. What a neat cutaway. Cast iron, the whole thing's cast iron. Oh, look at the little light bulb lights up to make it look like a spark plug. Bang! There's a whole bunch. There's a Wankel engine. You know that engine that's in the dragster that we have in the garage? That's how that engine works. This is a Dymaxion. Dymaxion. That's how you say it. Very strange looking car. This is another one of the ones I wanted to see. It's a 33. They've only made 3 of them.
This is called a gimbal housing. At the top and bottom of the gimbal housing, 2 support
3-speed manual. Imagine it was a very unstable car. This is 67 Gyro X. This thing shows you how the whole thing works. So it has a gyroscope in there that helps maintain the balance of it. Training wheels in case it tips a little bit. There's a giant gyroscope in there, and it's hydraulically controlled to counteract any kind of balance. I don't know if I'd want to drive something like that. If that hydraulic stuck, you'd be stuck. You'd be like going in circles. Oh, look at this Typhoon. Now this is cool. This is pretty. 1958 Tornado Typhoon. It was built in England. Front engine, rear wheel drive. Wow, that's a work of art. That's awesome. I'll shift over to another race car. DB Monomill from France. It must be, it's got a 4-speed tranny plus reverse. Look at the gearbox. Opposite of what we have here in the States. What's it got? 4-stroke, 50 horsepower, 2-cylinder engine. I guess when someone says they wouldn't give 1 iota, they must be talking about a 1951 Iota 350 Sports. Little British car. Look at the fender's seat. It's like you're sitting in a hammock. I wouldn't give 1 iota. I would actually give an iota. Did you have an iota? This car here is a one-off. This front here attached in there, and it would work like articulate. I'll show you. It's a 58 Survival. And it was supposed to be like, the whole idea was to make it super, super safe. The only one they made. And here it is in Nashville, Tennessee, on display for the world to see. The whole idea with it would kind of like, I guess, break away or something, or swing out of the way in an accident. Crazy looking. It's the restoration shop. No oil in that nail head. This museum is full of one-off or low production cars that are unique to the history of the automobile. And it is loaded with all sorts of stuff. They have the biggest collection of small cars, I think, anywhere. A lot of British stuff here. And some other oddities, but there's other neat looking things. Just real cool safety aspects and race car things. And look at this thing. Boy, I wish we would love to see this thing. Open prop with no screening on it. This is actually powered by that prop. It's a prop powered car. So you sit in here, and it must not be too bad on a hot day. You always get a steady wind blowing back on you. It's a 1932 Helicron. Well, Helicron, that sounds like a name of some kind of strange virus. Where's it from? France. It's pretty. It's got rear steer on it. See the rear wheels turn? So you steer with the rear wheels, so the power comes from the prop. I imagine it's terribly inefficient. I like that car. It looks like an old 50s toy. Look how low it is. This is a Czechoslovakian car. The car already sticking up there. It's got a V8, 162 horsepower, 545cc engine. It's a Tatra. So Tatra made a lot more cars than I thought. I came here to see the one, and there's like 4 or 5 different kinds. Well, it must be loud. It's wild. These Volvo 1800s got Sainthood from a TV show called The Saint. He used to drive one of these in it. Real cool looking, low roof line, sporty looking. I like the station wagon version actually. And then those Volvo 444s, they look like miniature 48 Fords. This is the, must be the section for the other European stuff. This is a pretty one, and I bet you this is not as old as it appears, judging by the mirror that's on it. Let's see. Here's a Lancia. Yeah, it's a 1950. Somebody must have added that mirror on there. It does not look stuff. These are trafficators or semaphores. So when you put your direction line, these would flip out and light up. Check out the window splits. That's a neat little car. But that certainly looks added on to me by like 80s. Doesn't look 50s at all. I could be completely wrong. Probably am. It kind of looks like a tune car. It's a 1924 Citroen, 3-seater. Mom, dad, and 1 kid. Look at this guy. That looks like something from the movie Planes without wings. Little 2-seater. Let's see what this is. 56 Inter 175A Berline from France. 8 horsepower. Hang on. It's gonna fly. That's cool looking the way it flows. The door on the driver's side, nothing on the passenger side, so you'd load in on that side and step over, I guess. Little boat tail. Let's see what this is. 39 Fiat 508C. 4-cylinder. Could do 80 miles an hour. Let's see. Produced. They only made one. Again, another one off. Wow. Which hot rodders should really dig, because when we modify things, we make them one off as well. Little Mazda 62. This little Jeepy looking thing. It's a chamois. It's a Schmitty A2. Air-cooled 2-stroke. This is an early one, I'm guessing, unless it's something. Yep, nope, 1909. It's a Renault. It made several thousand, so it's far from rare, but it's rare probably here in the States. A pickup bed on the back. So I want to give you all the details on all the cars here. The whole idea is to give you a little taste of it. And if you're ever in the Nashville area, like to swing by and check these cars out yourself. They're always changing things out. They have, I guess, about 100 cars here of some pretty unique things and not so unique. Although a sliding roof Volkswagen is always a beauty to see. Look at this rib that goes down the roof of this one. Let's see. Look at that. Oh, what's that thing is? Let's find out. A Hanomag 1.3 liter saloon. Let's see, it was German. They made a little over 9,000 of them. It's like a bigger bug, I guess. And this one here looks like it was influenced by a T-Bird, judging by the, looks like 57 T-Bird fins. It's an auto union, so it would be, judging by the emblem on the back, maybe Audi. Made 5,000 coupes and 1,640 roadsters. That's an unrestored car. So that was Auto Union maybe before Auto Union was Audi. And here's another Auto Union. Can't miss that one coming down the road. Auto Union 1000. The Junior Newborn had 2 of these, it says. That's a fun fact. Interesting. So anyway, if you're ever in the Nashville area and you want to see some strange cars and some unique history of the automobile, this would be the museum to go to. Check out all the louvers on this one. That's freaking cool. Let's see what this is. Another German car. 60 mile an hour 4-speed, 30 horsepower, 4-cylinder, 1,000 cc, well, 995 cc. Check this out. Just so VonDutch, Kenneth Howard, the actual VonDutch, built this car. It says here that it was supposed to be a movie prop, and it never got on the screen. It's got a Harley UL flathead engine in it. That is so cool. The flip out headlights. Simple suspension. The Jupiter. Yeah, that's VonDutch. That's his paint handiwork. Wow. Oh, this little bugger. 45 Ericsson with 1-to-1. 75 miles an hour. Got 25 to 30 miles to the gallon. Huh. The Brazilian car uses a Volkswagen engine. It's called a Puma. It's a cute little sports car. Let's see, what does it say about it? 72 Puma GT. 93 mile an hour car, 70 horsepower. That'd be a fun little car. It's got good lines to it. Sporty looking. Very interesting place. It was well worth the trip. It's like $15 to get in. Come check it out. Thanks for watching, guys.